Perpetual is a very proud sponsor of QCF's Philanthropy Week. I'd like to again call out Tara, Beck and the whole team at QCF for making Philanthropy Week really the best celebration and promotion of important philanthropic conversations really in Australia. There is no other Philanthropy Week like this anywhere else around the country. So the work of emerging philanthropists is an intrinsic part of Perpetual's proud heritage since our establishment in 1886. In 1887, only 12 months later, I'd wager we're still getting our act together, Dame Edith Campbell Walker inherited her father's estate. Whilst this did make her a very wealthy individual, Dame Walker used a portion of these funds to establish a trust with Perpetual for gentle women in straitened or necessitous circumstances. This gift was at a time in our history where philanthropy wasn't as popular as it was today, and we would see that as an emerging philanthropic move. 136 years later, Uralla Cottages Trust still continues to provide vulnerable women at risk of homelessness and domestic violence a safe space, which is an excellent example, we think, of how philanthropy can deliver impact over the long term. So on to the award winners. So Perpetual is proud to sponsor the Emerging Philanthropist Award, highlight the generosity and passion and impact that all nominees we saw earlier, of course, and the 3 finalists we saw earlier achieve within the community. We're honoured to recognise and celebrate the achievements of an individual, however, who has made a substantial commitment to bettering the lives of others, and we congratulate them on the legacy that we're creating. So without further ado, I'm pleased to announce the winner of the 2023 QCF Emerging Philanthropist of the Year is Farman Avenue.
When I was 5 months in to after starting this project, I had raised about somewhere around $10,000, and Women's Legal Service very kindly organised a thank you afternoon tea for me where the Honourable Margaret McMurdo was present, and so was Quentin Bryce. And in the conversations at that table, people were asking, so what inspired you to do this? Like, it was all very casual. And I said, oh, actually my family has experienced domestic violence, and I tried to get help from Women's Legal Service myself and I got turned away. And then someone at the table said, oh, like, is your family okay now? And I said, no, actually, the police were at my house on Saturday night, and we're literally in the process of leaving right now. And I was going to cancel and bail on this afternoon tea because I have so much to do at home to make sure my family is safe. So that happened, we left. We're very safe now, physically. And now I've raised $62,000 for other women who are not as lucky as me, for other women who are not as lucky as my family, who, despite, all the living hell we have gone through and sometimes still go through, I had a law degree, I knew what to do, I knew where to get help. But I think about all the women in our society that don't even know what's happening to them, that don't even know where to get help, and if they try to get help, they get turned away. I see stories like that in my work as a pro bono lawyer. I hear stories like that in my community, and that's the story of my mum, who's in this room today with me, who experienced what she experienced for 30 years before being able to leave. So they're the stories that I carry with me when I attend events like this. It's not just a fancy room and a fancy lunch. It's thinking about how we can use these privileges that we have to be in the circles that we are, to have even invitations to events like this, and how we can use those privileges to help people in the community who are suffering by no fault of their own. So thank you very much, Women's Legal Service, for the work that you do. Thank you for QCF for sponsoring this award. And thank you for all the work that everyone in this room does as well.